Good evening, race fans, and welcome. This is Ruckman Pajala coming to you live from Abu Dhabi, round 13. Hope you're having a great night. It's Tier 4 action here from Wallaby. Just stepping in for our normal guys that can't make it tonight. So let's on board. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully it's a good night. We're going to get all our drivers, everyone away. We've got Hench, Oasis, Kirko, Nabs. We've also got Sunup Gorilla, and we'll take a look at the championship standings in a minute. Down from there, we then go with Evil Blade, Swing, and the Williams. Matty Skills, currently a 9, Warning, War Machine, Mickey, X-Knights, Hunter, Chevy, D. White, Fishy, Duck Puncher, Frizy, and Maney. So, all in all, looking forward to a pretty competitive race. Currently, Dunup Gorilla is leading the championship. We'll take a look at the championship standings as these guys get ready. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Thanks very much for tuning in. Let's go on board. The one, the man, the only henchman. He is currently in the pits. We've got Aston Martin there. He is going to be the first. Okay, so Skills. So let's go on board with the Skills man, currently second in the championship. Let's ride on board with him as he comes down the first straight. Reaching speeds of 280 kilometres per hour, just there, clips the apex inside. Martin looking very nicely coming through, swinging up here on the left hand side, nicely done there from Stills. Hugs the apex quite nice, gets onto the accelerator, powers it through, clear to the end of sector 1, goes to just before 50, brakes in nice and hard, wonderful improvement, hits the apex slightly, goes through the gears, the first DRS zone here on this track. Accelerating way, approaching nice wide or esports oriented, approaching 335 k's, gets to 125, brakes hard, clips the inside apex. Skillsy doing very nicely. Great skillsy from Matty as he goes through the gears, including the second DRS zone. Accelerating away, foot flat to the floor, coming down to the outside, looking at just before that, slightly through the gears, accelerating through. This sweeping left-hander. Nice skills there from Matty as he comes through the gears down here, looks up and hits it, brakes hard, nicely done, hits the apex nice and clean as we go into turn 13. Outside, we go to the tipping point here. Skills are looking hard, he is going to be the benchmark here tonight so far, ladies and gentlemen. Clips into turn 15, brakes just before the entry, through the into 16, through the gears he goes, over the line, and there's a 123.672 for Skillsy. Nicely done by Skills so far, 124. Hunter comes through with a 126.473. We've also got Frizy out on board. Who's that coming through sector 1? Yeah, okay, so it looks like the TRB there. We've got a blue sector. It's just yellow actually coming around the line here. Across the line, it's not going to be fast enough. It's a 124, just 1 second separating him. What about Shining Swan? What's he got coming through into exit? He's got yellow, so he's not fast enough here so far. On the outside, brakes hard. Inside apex here again. And across the line, it's going to be a 25, he's 1.5 seconds. What about Hinchy in the McLaren? Riding on board with him, he's half a second down from into sector 1. Through the gears he goes. DRS wide open as he comes down the straight for the first time. Car's getting out of his road. Hinchy on a flyer. 23.672 is the benchmark there set by Skillsy. We've got green flags here. Comes through there's apex. Very tricky corner. But handles that really nicely. Goes through the gears. Into the second DRS zone, we're going to hit 320 k's an hour here. Looking on the outside, just at the 70 metre mark, clips the inside apex. Car wants to get a little bit twitchy. Henchman controlling it well. Green flags ahead. Coming through into the last sector. He's yellow so far, so he's slightly down, brakes hard, wants to clip that inside apex, does the job. Coming through the gears again, swinging out the outside through the Tiki corner, handles it very nicely, does the henchman in the McLaren. On the outside, clip the apex, looking into turn 15. Can he hold it in here to turn 16? What's his time going to be? Crossing the line, it's going to be a 24.5, 24.1, gets him good enough for P2. Not a bad little cider there. This Henchy. These kids are coming around. Who else we got? We've got in the Ferrari. Purple. It's going to be a fart. No, it's maroon here. It's going to be a little bit slower. Not one much. 24.3. Good enough for P4. What about Donut Gorilla? He is our championship leader currently. He's coming through. He's gone purple, so he's slightly slower than Skills. What's he going to do? That's it. It is! Hole if you don't mind. He's slower sector 1, slower sector 2, but got the job done when it was required. Shot fired by 0.05 of a second. Donut Gorilla, our championship leader, currently on pole position. Few more to go. Izzy Fizzy has gone out wide. Duck Puncher. He's going down on that in the fluorescent green wheelie bin. He's got a better sector 1. He's coming in to the pits. War Machine in the other Ferrari. We've got a full group here, 20 drivers. Good to see. Ducky's crossed that line, gets himself okay. DRS wide open, 4 War Machine. Sector 1. Junior brakes just at a 50, clips the apex, goes way too wide, War Machine. Car gets really unstable, clips the inside apex, and the car wants to throw himself left. DRS again, accelerates away through the gears. War Machine, what can he do here? He come here to the sweeping left-hander. Just ever so slightly on the outside, goes through the gears. Really nicely done there by War Machine, was able to hold it. But he needs to pick up the pace as we go into sector 3. Hits the inside of the apex. Looking okay so far. Looking at the halo information here through the Tiki corner. Green flags there, not too sure what's happening. What does War Machine do? Through turn 15. Comes up here to turn 16 here. Accelerating through the gears. It's going to be in the 24s. It's good enough for P10. Easy peasy. Through DRS, I think he's starting to slow down. Looks like he is. Jay Swall through sector 1. Let's ride on board with him. Really not a lot. I think that is probably going to be his slow down. Doesn't have a lot of DRS to play with here, by the looks of it. Eagle Blade coming through. Down here, let's turn 16. He's going slower. What's he going to come up with though? It's good enough for P13 for Eagle Blade. Hunter on the outlap. Brakes hard. Again, slightly slower there. 4. Don't Gorilla and then Skills. Skills is on the hot lap. Let's see what he can do here. Coming through. Has he improved here? No. He's gone better at sector 1. Slower sector 2, Skillsy in the Aston Martin, around the bend, brakes hard, turn 16, the very final corner, gets onto the straight, wants to get the power down as fast as he can, it's a 23, 5.42, Skillsy's on pole, thank you very much. Can he hold it? Great little time there from the end Skills, puts himself on pole so far. Oasis, less than 20%. He's got himself with a 124, he's not even down lap. Hunter's got into P2 somehow with a 123.582. This guy's going to have one more lap, there's 8 minutes left to go. We've got Donut Gorilla. And Henchman on the outlap as well. I think Henchman's going to be the first one to come through here. So let's ride on board with the McLaren as he starts his flying lap. 124.195. He needs to improve by 6 tenths to lodge many Skills off that top place. Through here, in through the apex. Going through the gears. Duck Puncher's got a 117.187. That is the fastest Sector 1 time for the night so far. Where is Ducky? Let's take a he's on the outside though, unfortunately. We'll get back on board with Henchman. Through the gears he goes. Get out of the road here too. Splits him straight down the middle. Approaching 330 kilometres. Foot flat to the floor. Brakes hard. Just over the 100 metre barrier. Those barrier boards have been broken by somebody. Nice little apex exit there. From Henchy. Gets into the second DRS zone. Accelerating through. Coming up to this tricky left hander. Wants to get the car out nice and wide. He's green into sector 1. Flips the inside apex. Probably a little bit too hard. Wants to roll the car out. Does nicely. Green so far. This is an improvement here from Henchy. What's he got on the time blocks? So far so good. Comes through into the Tiki corner. Flips the inside apex. Turn 14. Accelerates away. What's Henchy? He's gone green so far. Hits turn 15, goes into turn 16, looking really nice here at the moment. It's definitely going to be improving the time. It's a 1:23.675. Donut Gorilla doesn't have 1/10, but he's so close. Green sector 1 there from Donut Gorilla. Flips the inside apex here in this tricky S's. Going through. Accelerating away down here into the second sector. Looking for that 75 metres. Brakes hard, flips the apex. He's 3/10 or 2/10 down on Matty Skills' fastest time, but he is improving. Can he gain that time through sector 3? Is he going to approach in turn 11? Split the head, hit the apex up on the inside. Not a bad time here from Donut Gorilla if you don't mind. He's got a little bit of ERS to deploy. Coming to the end of his lap here, can he improve? Braking here, turn 16, flips the apex, wants to get onto the pedal fast enough, and he's 1:23.532. Gorilla goes pole by 0.2 of a tenth. Matty Skills, can he respond? Well, we're down to the last 5 minutes. Riding on board here with the Ferrari is Moe. Warwick in sector 1. What's he got in sector 2? No ERS, I can see to deploy. He's not showing his data. Going through. Brakes hard. Nicely done there from Moe. Coming here through the Tiki corner. Turn 14. Famous corner, if you remember, which cost Lewis Hamilton the 2021 championship. Coming to the ending button, he's actually boxing. So, we've got H-Town there on a flying lap. Looks like he's boxing as well. Brizzy on his 600 qualifying laps. Right, thanks very much. Hopefully that's a little bit better, guys. Coming through. Thanks for that left. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Just give us a test, make sure that's okay. You can hear me okay. So we've got War Machine. And it looks like the fastest lap there of Hunter's gone with a 1:23.216 with 2 minutes left to go. Does Donut Gorilla and that? Thanks, Left. Appreciate that. Thanks for the feedback. Awesome. And we've got Donut Gorilla. We've got Matty Skills on an outlap. Let's see where he is so far. He's just slowing down. We've got Donut Gorilla in the pit. So we're going to keep in touch with these top 5. Skillsy looks like he's going to be the first one to put his time down. So we will ride on board with Skillsy. We'll keep our eye out for the top 5. Right now, Izzy Fizzy is on a faster lap here, coming through the end of the grill. He's actually invalidated, unfortunately. So, Matty Skills, what has he got? He is 3/10 down, must improve. Hunter currently in the RB. Right on board here. Hunter's not going to improve. He's not going to get another lap. Okay, we're on board here with the one Skillsy just at the 75. Brakes, clips the apex. Through here into sector 1. Brings the car out nice and wide through the first corner. These cars, they won't want to get out of the road. Skillsy able to control it through that very tricky left, right, down here just at the 50. Brakes hard. Nicely, car wants to lock up. Good control there from Skillsy. Comes down to the first DRS. Gets the car nice and wide. DRS wide open as we approach speeds of 330 to 340 kilometers an hour. The billboard's on the side. He's going to have to brake himself. Izzy Fizzy's retired. We've got 1 minute left on the clock. We've got Donut Gorilla and Henchman, as well as Rialta on hot laps. We were riding on board here. He's improved slightly there as we come into sector 2 from Matty Skills. On the way through, breaking down. He's now 2/10 down. He's got to improve. He's got to find 3/10 here to improve and get Hunter. Hunter currently on podium, on pole, through turn 11. Yellow set. We've got green again. Going through there. Shining's retired, so he's not going to improve through Latifi corner. Car's a little bit twitchy. Will improve, though. The cars need to get out of his road. Hopefully that doesn't block his path onto a faster lap. Goes on the outside. Just misses the apex. Car invalidated. He's not going to improve. That is it. That's cost Skillsy pole. So, Donut Gorilla. We ride on board. It's going to be Gorilla or Henchman, I'm thinking. So, let's see what Henchy's got for us. Can he improve? He needs to find 4/10 here, does Henchy. Coming through to the end of sector 1, looking at the 50 brake. Brakes hard. He's 5/10 down. He is not going to improve. Hunter has got his time, 1:23.216. Can Gorilla or Henchman or even Oasis driver, can they improve in this last 2.5 minutes? Down the accelerator. He's deployed everything. Those billards are broken. That's going to really frustrate these drivers. Looking for their brake markers. Comes through DRS. Deploys down into this second straight. Looking for the 50 barrier. Brakes there. He's got purple sector 2, Henchy. He's 5/10 down. He's 5/10 down. He's looking at a 1:23.6. Can he improve? That first sector could have cost him pole as a purple sector 2 for Henchy. Comes through here, Latifi corner. We're going to on board with Donut Gorilla. Moe's gone across the line on a 1:23.694. Henchy all over it here as he comes around the final corner. Around, accelerating away across the line. It's a 1:23. He doesn't improve. Donut Gorilla, can he improve across a 1:23.4? Not good enough. Not good enough. And unfortunately, Skillsy is not going to improve. Oasis pits, Realtor pits as well. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all she wrote here at Abu Dhabi. Hunter is your pole winner tonight here, round 13, tier 4 action. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night. But he's in the pits. Is our man, the pole sitter Hunter. And he'll be super happy there with the RBs. While they're looking at that, let's take a look at the championship lead. You can see Donut Gorilla currently leads the championship on 327. Matty Skills, 251. He needs to really start breaking in. Evil Blade 214, Hunter 207, X-Knights 194, Driver 181, Henchy in 7th on 152. So let's wrap it up, and it is going to be Hunter who is going to take we'll take P1 in this race. Donut Gorilla in P2, Matty Skills in P3. We've also got Nabs on P4, Oasis, Realtor, Chevy Walls, Fizzy, DY, X-Knights, Shining, War Machine, Frizy, Mickey, Maney, Blade, Duck Puncher, J Swole, and Kirko rounds out our qualifying times. Great little pole there from Hunter. He'll be super happy with that. As the guys get ready for, we hope it's a really good race here, Tier 4. Kangaroo Racing, thanks very much for the follow, mate. Really appreciate that. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Boys are gearing up here. Just waiting for the players to ready up. Well, the lights go out. We've got 3, 4, 5 lights. And lights out, and away we go. And it's Hunter that gets the start off there. It looks a little bit ghosty, but we're all over there on the outside. Donut Gorilla has got himself through. And Hunter has dropped down to P2. Behind him is Henchman. And I tell you what, it looks like the man Skillsy has dropped down to P5 already. He's had a shocking start off the line. Not too sure what happened to him there, but he's got a... Oh, he's actually got Oasis there for company, who's gone up on the inside there. And another position lost for the Skills man as he is now on P6. We come down here to the first straight here. There will be no DRS until lap 2, and it is Donut Gorilla who leads us from Hunter, then followed by Henchman. We've got Skillsy darting up on the inside of Oasis. These two guys in a battle. But it looks like Oasis has been able to get the better of it. What happened to Skillsy as he came off the line? He started in P3. He's dropped 3 positions here. Lap 1 of 29. Up on the inside, Skillsy's looking for the opportunity. Doesn't get the chance through there. So we're right on board now with Hunter. He was our pole sitter, dropped that position, and Donut Gorilla has been able to get the job done. And he now claims first position, Hunter, Henchman. We've also got Nabs there in P4, Oasis Driver in P5, Matty Skills P6, Izzy Fizzy. We're going to have DRS deployed here at the end of lap 1, War Machine P10, Frizy, Knights. Maney's coming up on the inside, gets a little position done, and he gets himself up to P13, Duck Puncher P14, D White, Swally, Evil Blade Mick, and Kirko has got himself a position with swing all the way down. So here we are, riding on board with the leaders, and it's Donut Gorilla by half a second there from Hunter. He's looking now to deploy ERS here on the DRS into the first one, looking quite handy. We'll see what he can do here. You got Donut Gorilla flashing red. He is half-easing that energy. Hunter looking up on the inside. Will he claim the position here? He looks like it's going to be a job done there from Hunter. He's back into P1. Let's take a look at that on the Wallaby replay, and you can just see Hunter lines him up, comes through. Donut Gorilla had nothing to defend himself, and it looks like Hunter gets himself back up to P1. Job done. Thank you very much. And a bag of chips. We run live, and he's now already half a second in front of Donut Gorilla. Henchman has got himself up to P3. Duck Puncher's got... Oh, there's a spin there. That was Izzy. He's going to lose a couple of positions. Didn't quite see that, and he's dropped down a few, down to P11. Frizzy's now up into P10. Realtor, Chevy Wolves, Matty Skills in P6, and he's out of that DRS or trying to stay inside of Oasis Driver. Money Ovs in P4. Henchman at half a second. Donut Gorilla. So Hunter trying to clear the DRS here as we go across the line. Obviously, fastest lap there. Lap 2 onto lap 3 now of 29, and it's the RB of Hunter that leads away from Donut Gorilla. Henchman in P3 with Mobes looking find a way here in the Ferrari. Henchy. We take a look at the halo there, and you can see already on 14%. Maybe just take a look at down the back line, and Duck Puncher's got himself the fastest sector 1. Mo's looking at, here's flashing red, flashing red. Does he get him up on this side? He probably doesn't this time. Up on the apex through here, clips it there. Mobes, we've got War Machine, Frizzy, and they're all taking different positions here. Frizzy up on the inside. We've got a three-way dance down here up on the back straight. We've got an RB on the inside. Be careful, boys. Oh, look at this. Frizzy's just, there's a crash there. A massive prank. All caused by Frizzy there. Let's take a look at that on the Wallaby replay, and you can see it's three-way down the back straight. Frizzy got himself a little bit skewy. Hits one, hits two. It's like dominoes in a penny car, and the Ferrari goes flying. What a clumsy effort there by Frizzy. He's going to be going to the stewards for that one. We're live back in action here, and we have our very first safety car. Probably caused there by Ferrari, going spinning into the wall. Not too sure who that was. It might have been War Machine. And there's a couple of boxes already. Let's take a look. We've got Realtors going through. X-Knights and Chevy Wolves. Looks like they are boxing. I don't know whether it's for but they are down there. Duck Puncher's coming in. Let's take a look at him in the fluorescent green wheelie bin. Nice thing. Just gets himself onto the hards. Evil Blade, he's going to box, and that's going to hold him up now because his teammate has already boxed. But he goes onto the hard. So they're obviously complaining. He's got a wing change there, unfortunately. So was that a forced one? Really good start there. Plenty of action. Massive accident caused by the penny of Frizzy. So while these guys are on their safety car, gives us a good opportunity to take a look at the championship standings. And you can see that Donut Gorilla currently leads on 327. Matty Skills on 251. Evil Blade 214. Hunter 207. X-Knights 194. Driver 88. 48 181. Henchy 152. Chevy Wolves 145. Duck Puncher and Infrost rounds out our top 10. And in the constructors, Haas has a very, very handy lead, commanding, if you will, with 576. The green fluorescent wheelie bins of the Saubers in second, Racing Bulls in third, RB's in fourth, Aston Martin fifth, Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, and the pennies all the way down there in 10th. Yes, Pinju absolutely clipped it there. Pinju, Frizzy, and War at again. Yes, that was definitely War that obviously lost it just there. We got onto there at the end. Hunter was looking to push himself outside of the DRS zone there. Just couldn't quite get it. And our first safety car it was a 123.2, I think, Jinx. Maybe 23.3, I think it might have been. Might have been pole. But the pole sitter was Hunter, who has reclaimed the lead. So he didn't get the best of starts. Donut Gorilla was able to get him off the line, but Hunter was able to get him on the first DRS. So I think you're going to find everyone is now locked up. We're probably going to go live racing, I think, at the end of this lap, I would imagine, or close enough to. And safety car is in this lap. So Hunter will take control of the pace now. Donut Gorilla, if you joined in, was able to get him off the line, but Hunter, our pole winner, now leads us through here. We're right on board. We wait to see when Hunter does go. When will he launch? Waiting for the very last moment. We're going to go green racing here. And Hunter is away. Around the corner. Gets the jump. Donut Gorilla. But Henchman was able to see. Donut didn't get the best of moves or best of starts there. Money 4 has got himself back into P4. But Oasis looks like he's going to nab him up on the inside, is he? Thinks about it. Looks up on side. And what a great move by the RB. Really good little... Took care. And DNF. Skillsy's out. Skillsy is out. He has had a prang. I'm not too sure where. But it's on turn 2. He's come a cropper. And that is it. Skillsy's out. Second in the championship. 123.2. Thanks, Pep. I appreciate that. And we've got our second safety car. Skillsy lost it coming into turn 1. And he is out. Meanwhile, just on board there with Oasis driver, we want to take a look at that replay. The race start. You could just see up there on the top of the screen, Oasis, the Ferrari of Moe got a little bit sideways. And you could just see Oasis gets himself up to P4. Really nice overtake. And that's when Skillsy lost it too. So maybe we might be able to see Skillsy. He was in P6. Let's look at the bottom of our screen here. You can just see Skillsy on the back of there, behind, and he lost it. Just lost it and put it into the wall, and Skillsy's out. Shame. He was having a pretty good race. Just watch that replay one more time. You can see Oasis up on the inside and Skillsy at the back. We just want to see clips. Looks like he clipped the back of the Ferrari and put himself into the wall. So safety car is now deployed. Might give us an opportunity to get our telemetry up and running. Get the Matt, no skills, fair enough, Jerobot. Probably. He will definitely be unhappy with that. I'm not too sure if he clipped the rear end of the Ferrari. It looked like he might have. But regardless, he is now out. And we've got our second safety car of the night. Which is a bit of a shame. Izzy has left the session. He's DNF'd actually. So I'm not too sure where he's crashed. But looks like he's crashed coming out of the pits by the looks of it. But Izzy is now out as well. So we've got 2. Safety car number 2. Just get those championship standings back up while we have the opportunity to take a look as well. So you expect a couple of more laps here. And right now, it looks like Thanks, Grib. Really appreciate this subscription. Thanks very much for joining us. Tier 4 in Wallaby. Unfortunately, only a second safety car caused by Matty No Skills, as Jerobot likes to refer to him now. Good to see you, Grib. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream all the way down there in beautiful the UK. I'm sure it's still nice and warm. I know it's autumn over there, so it's starting to cool down, but we're about to get to our, daylight savings next weekend, so hopefully you're doing well there, Grib. Thanks very much for joining us. Tier 4 here from Abu Dhabi. It's round 13. So that's the championship standings as we see at the moment. I'd imagine this is probably going to be the last lap, and we'd probably go live. Not too sure what's going down there with Chevy and Shining swapping positions down there. I think Shining is just pulling out of the way and just letting everyone go past him for whatever reason. Not too sure why. I think he's just trying to redress that position. Not too sure what happened there, but so I'd imagine safety car should be in this lap. Can't see it going for one more lap. And it is. So strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 20 more laps, or 21 more laps around this famous Abu Dhabi circuit. Can Hunter hold on? Will Gorilla able to overtake, or Henchy? I think it's going to be in these top 5 drivers. Oasis really did quite nicely at the start. So when does Hunter leave? He started right at the very last moment, so people couldn't get the slipstream on him. It's a pretty short sort of straight. Comes on the outside and deploys, and away we rock and roll. We are green racing here. Donut got a much better start this time. Remember, DRS will not be deployed for the first lap, and outside Henchy goes way wide there. Inside goes Oasis Money. These guys all over the back. Realtor up on the inside there from X-Notes. Mix it all go. So they've all seemed to get away with it this time. Donut, he was able to actually hug a little bit better, a little bit closer this time as they come down the first straight. No DRS skills here, and just got it maybe there from Kirko. But looks like they're okay. So Hunter, able to get a clean start here. This second restart here with Donut Gorilla, Henchman P3. Geez, I tell you what, it felt like he was going through a ramp there, Oasis. War Machine up on the inside from a ghosting duck puncher. Geez, I tell you what, they are swapping like ghosts here with Swarm and all this Maney. There's Carnage down here. Frizy in P12. I'm not too sure what's going on down here at the moment, but Frizy's got himself into P12. There was a lot of jostling there for positions. I'm not too sure if it was ghosting or whatever, but Duck's got himself back up into P12. Lightning on board, looks like, yeah, no, his car's nice and clean. In the green, flesh and green wheelie bin, Mick in P9 and X-Knights. So we're going to come around here. Henchman really up on the rear grille of Donut Gorilla, as DRS will now be enabled. Lap 10 of 29. We come through here, sector 1, through turn 1. Donut Gorilla trying to stay inside the ERS of Hunter. Henchman doing exactly the same. Oasis driver in the Red Bull. Unfortunately, Moe's now a clear 2 seconds, and he's going to have Realtor all over the back of him at the end of this straight. DRS will be deployed. He's been able to keep himself in there, Donut, but does he have enough? Up the back straight, Hunter. Does he have enough to defend? He probably has enough to defend here, which he does quite comfortably if you don't mind. And Donut will stay in P2. Up on the inside, Realtor looked and looked, but he was able to Moe was able to hold out. Good defense there from the Ferrari as we come down to the second DRS zone. Deploys it now. Realtor, he's got X-Knights in the Red Bull all over the back of him. Oasis has got himself up into P3. Not too sure. And Realtor comes up on the inside. I tell you what, X-Knights looked up on the inside as well. He's going to take a look at there. Forces the Ferrari wide. He's probably going to give up a position there. But that was a really good aggressive overtake. And it's seen X-Knights and Moe's dropped himself down. Let's take a look at that on the Wallaby replay. And you can see them coming through. Oasis tucked through. Realtor got through up on the inside, and Oasis, or X-Knights thought about it, but he forced the Ferrari driver out wide. That probably is going to go to the stewards, I'd say. We go live racing. And X-Knights up into P5. Moe's got himself a 10-second. He's now into the pits now. I think you're going to find, yep, he's way into the pits, unfortunately. I think that's a wing change for him, Kirko. Exactly, not a good overtake. I totally agree. Definitely will be looked at the stewards by that. So Hunter leads. He's got a Donut Gorilla in the back of him. Henchman 2 seconds down. Realtor's now 3 seconds. X-Knight with 1. Chevy Wolves. And these guys, and up on the inside goes Ducky. Quack, quack goes Duck. Sticks it up on the inside. Does Oasis give him room? Go a little bit of a touch. Not too sure there was too much in that. But I think you'll find Duck's going to hold that position. He's going to be P7. We'll look at that on the replay. Up on the inside, and you can just see Duck. Oasis saw him coming. Comes up there, just a little clip, maybe a little touch. Don't see much of it. And Duck gets himself up into P7. Nice work from Ducky. Running through here, and Henchman and Hunter. Henchy's now 2 seconds. And Gorilla's now got himself into. Hunter's obviously made a mistake here. Looking up on the inside. X-Knight's in P5. And X-Knights has now got himself, who's boxed? Looks like Realtor has boxed here. Not too sure if this was a scheduled pit stop or he's coming in for a new wing. We're going to find out. Now gets into the hards, and he's just waiting for that those seconds to tick down. Drivers cannot touch him. And they go to work. That's unfortunate. So Donut Gorilla is now 1 second ahead of Hunter. Henchman down there with P4. Have Chezzy Wolves, Duck Puncher. What a little recovery from Duck in the green wheelie bin. Rubbins Racing it is. He's going to have Ducky all over the back of him. Quack, quack. War Machine's got himself to P6. J-Swole, look. Oh, geez, I tell you what, I come at the wrong time. J-Swole used Kirko as a rear gun and has dropped a position. Kirko's got himself through. J-Swamp from there. So let's take a look at Ducky up on the inside. Chevy Wolves trying to hold him out, but Duck has got a amount of a pace in those medium tyres. 8 lap old. As he looks in through there, Chevy on the hards. Maybe just trying to get the tyre temperature up, maybe slightly, but you'd expect. After a couple of laps, he would be. Hunter's now in the pits. He's boxing. He's getting those hards off. Don't forget, Donut Gorilla needs the box as well. Henchman's continuing on those hards, hopefully getting another one. Chevy Wolves continues on. Duck's now into the box. Duck has spun it. Oh, all that hard work down the toilet for Duck. He was doing a great race and unfortunately drops down to P14. Hunter comes out. And let's see where he goes through. So Donut Gorilla leads. Henchman 4 seconds back. Chevy Wolves now D-White. The last thing that Hunter needs is a safety car. War Machine's now in the pits as well. Got a bit of fair spread with Shining, and that really the only one. X-Knights. The three-way dance down there with Duck Puncher as well. And looks like Hunter's got himself in. Passed away. Oh, geez, I tell you what. Was that X-Knights giving him a bit of a touch? I think it might have been. And Hunter's got past Frizy as well. Duck's going to be the next one to go through. He'll be a little bit just cool down now. Take a couple of laps. Duck. Green flags. We've got yellows there, but it's all good around there. Oh, it looks like X-Knights. And he's got a real... Oh, geez, I tell you what. He's going to have to retire. Take a look at his rear wing. It is orange. He's come a cropper into that wall. He's spun it into there. And that is his race done, unfortunately, for the Red Bull. Oasis, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if X-Knights actually comes in here and boxes it. You can't continue on with the rear wing like that. Yeah, look at that. That's sliding all over the place and almost took his own teammate out. I can't see him continuing on, unfortunately. He does, actually, for whatever reason. Okay, so Donut Gorilla is in the pits. Oh, no, he's not. He's in P6. He's had a mare as well. That's left the old man Henchman to lead. So Donut Gorilla, not too sure what's happened to him. But he's caused a bit of an accident. He's dropped himself down to P6. Oh, no, sorry, I apologise. He's boxed. So he's come out in P6 after boxing. He's got those hard tyres on. And he's been able to leapfrog. Where is... Just trying to find out where Hunter is. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Hunter got eaten by X-Knights. Yeah. I thought he did get collected by X-Knights, and that's what's caused all that drama back there. Hunter is now coming through. There's carnage all over the place here. No, where to look. Hunter trying to reclaim those positions that he's lost. He's all over the back of Evil. Donut Gorilla continues on. He's 2 seconds away from Mick. Henchman. These guys are in a absolute DRS train all the way from Maney in P6. He's holding it up. Is he doing a teammate move for Henchy, helping him up? He comes into the pits now. Kirko continues on. J Swell, Swanee and X. These guys all coming into the pits. We've got a pit lane speeding as well. Unfortunate. Now Hunter needs to make light work. He's got past Evil Blade. He's got to get past the Williams and get down the road and start chasing down Gorilla. Henchman's hoping for a safety car. That's what he's looking for. Chevy's on 11 lap. I don't think they're going to get there. D-White on 8. They may get through. Donut Gorilla, he is now 8 seconds. So look, the Williams, he's boxed. He could get there. 14 laps. They're not going to be in really good condition till the end. J Swole cupping up on the inside there. On Kirko, gets the job done. Hunter, geez, I tell you what, Swarm was almost about to collect him. I can't see Kirko giving up much of a challenge here. Up here on the inside, yeah, Hunter making light work of Kirko. And he's got himself now, geez, I tell you what, is that, hopefully that, is, it has. He's got wing damage, he's run up the rear end of J Swole. J Swole just touched the brakes. And that is not going to help Hunter at all. He's got rear damage on the left-hand side, unfortunately. That's his end plate gone. Absolutely. Donut Gorilla now with a commanding 4-second lap. 4-second lead over Hunter, who is damage incorporated down there. Evil Blade. There's a couple more guys coming into the pits. Kirko's into the pits. Swarm's into the pits. Frizy continues to go through a P9. So we're getting through the end of it. Maney's got himself a 3-second time penalty as well. As we come down, Chevy Wolves through here. Swarm and that, they're coming out of the pits as well. So Realtor goes through. So D-White currently is technically, he's got past Chevy Wolves with a nice little overtake here. And currently has a 7-second gap. He can get the tyres. Can he manage the tyres in the Williams all the way to the end? Chevy Wolves look up on the inside. Doesn't think twice about it. Takes the opportunity. And these guys battling is allowing Henchman to get further down the track. But this battling is helping Donut Gorilla close the gap, who's now within 6 seconds with 13 laps to go. Hunter 4 seconds down the track. We've got Evil Blade as well. Has been able to get around the outside of Moe and claim another position. He's now up to P7. Moe in 8, Frizy P9, Oasis in P10, Realtor in P11, War Machine coming up onto the inside of Maney, and Swan took advantage of it as well. Nice little move, but he's also got wing damage and the car goes sliding. He's got rear plate missing from left and right is Swarm. Maney reclaims it back up on the inside. So Hench, he boxes, he's coming out. Where does he come out? Does he come out behind? He will come out behind Hunter. Way down. But he's got those medium tyres, Hench. So he is on the faster of the two tyres. He's going to come out behind Frizy. But he's probably going to make light work here on the outside. Does Frizy challenge him? No, he goes around the outside, Henchy, up into P8. So he's going to settle down. Moe from there. Chevy and G White are having a nice ding-dong battle up here for P1, P2. D White has got the position up there. But in the meantime, Donut Gorilla has sliced 2 seconds. Chevy around the outside. Nice little overtake one more time. D White, these guys are having a great little battle. For currently on track P1. Up on the outside. As they come through Sector 3. And through to Latifi Corner. These guys really need to stop battling, start working together, or they're going to hand the race win to Donut Gorilla, who is our championship leader. Chevy has boxed. He's now let D White clear out, and he will have fresh air. But Donut is hunting him like duck season. He's now 2.6 seconds. It is only a matter of time. J Swole in P4, and him and Henchman are battling away for the podium position as Hunter has to box to replace that wing. It just got too much, unfortunately, for our pole sitter. He gets the reds, 9 laps, replaces the front wing. The RB team going to work there with a 7.4 second stop, but it's going to get him out in the middle of traffic. So, Donut Gorilla, 1.6 seconds. D White can technically go to the end. He has made that box, has made that pit stop, but Donut Gorilla, J Swole, 9 seconds down with Henchman. They are battling technically for P2, I'd say. Evil Blade, 3 seconds down. He's got Oasis for company. Chevy Wolves, P7. Further 4.5 seconds. Then Maney, War Machine in P11 in the Ferrari. Not a good exit out there. He's allowed Maney to get away from him and almost clear it. He's been able to maintain DRS, but Hunter, 4.6 seconds down the road. Okay, so let's ride on board here with the top 2. It is going to be a battle for DY to maintain this lead as they come through Sector 1. Donut Gorilla stalking his prey. Henchman's got the fastest lap in Sector 3 with a 32.2 as he's now overcome J Swole and got himself into P3. Brakes hard. And this is going to be taking candy from a baby, and Donut is going to reclaim the lead with 10 laps to go. Our championship leader looks up on the inside. Easy as you like. Job done. Thank you very much. And Donut Gorilla reclaims the lead. Let's take a look at that on the Wallaby Racing replay. And you can just see it was only a matter of time. But Donut Gorilla did the right thing. He was patient. He waited. He looked up on the inside. Job done. Gets himself to P1 with a nice handy 9-second cushion. Back to racing. And he's already 7/10 away. Henchman, can he start breaking that down and look for a handy P2? J Swole in P3. Oasis driver been able to get after those round of pit stops in P5. Evil Blade P6, and they've spread themselves out with 9 laps to go. Chevy, Maney, War Machine. Up on the inside of Maney. He's been able to get a better exit out here, but just not enough room there. Kirko, 5 seconds. And where is Hunter? He's gone up on the mediums now. I'm not too sure what he's doing. He's trying to get the licorice all sorts of using all tyres in a race. Duck Puncher and Frizy. Geez, those two boys having a nice little ding-dong battle, but Duck Puncher gets the better of him, gets himself up to P12, and he's 6 seconds behind the cigar-loving Kirko in P11. War Machine Maney, probably the closest battle we've got on track. We'll keep an eye on the rest of them. As Henchman, 7 seconds behind DY on those aging hard tyres. He's had them for 13 laps. J Swole in P4. So the old man, can he get himself up into P2? Be a really good battle there for him. Great to have 22 people on the stream. It's Rapper Bajala coming here, filling in for our normal Tier 4. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday night. Wallaby Tier 4 here from Abu Dhabi. War Machine looking up on the inside of Maney. Has got DRS deployed. Maney defending the inside for his life depending on it. War Machine takes off the inside, locks the tyres up. locks him up, and War Machine looks like he's been able to get through. He has. He's squeezed Maney. We didn't get the right camera angle, and he's got the job done. Great little overtake there from War Machine, but Maney looks like, oh, gee, I tell you what, Maney hadn't given it up. We can take a look at that on the replay. Frizzy's got himself now up on Duck Puncher. Great little overtake there. We'll take a look at that replay before, and you can just see before, up on the inside. No, we missed it, unfortunately. And Frizzy now gets himself back in front of Duck Puncher for P12. Nice little battle there down in the points. He's got Moe on the inside, Realtor, and Henchman's boxed. For whatever reason, Henchy's boxed. Must have been for a wing change. I'm not too sure why. Interesting decision there from Hench. With 8 laps to go, you really would have thought that he'd been able to get all the way through. And we take a look. There's your Pens. Money on 16. Kirko 10. We've got Frizzy. And Oasis has taken J-Swole for the podium. Or P2. J-Swole 3 seconds with Chevy Wool P4. So Oasis 13 seconds down on the War Machine. And D White, he's come out. He had to box by the looks of it. He has onto the medium tires. Got himself out to P9. He is going to be racy. I can't see Maney putting up too much of a fight with the Williams driver. What can he reclaim through? Up on the inside of Maney. In the McLaren. Trying to defend to protect his teammate who's currently in P7. Box for a second time for those hards. Up on the inside here. Can only get it removed if he doesn't box. If he does box, he can't get it removed. We've got 7 laps to go. 126. Fastest lap there from Hunter. Really good idea. 126.7. He'll get himself, and it's all about damage limitation for Hunter. DY up on the inside. Looking for this overtake here. The first DRS zone. Can't see Maney putting up too much champ. No, he's not going to. And that is job done there for the Williams. And War Machine looks, and oh geez, I tell you what, he almost caused another accident. War Machine doing War Machine things. But if we take a look here, up on the inside, D White really up on, looked at his opportunity, took it. Maney didn't put up much of a defence, and War Machine almost ran up the backside of him, but he didn't. So we're back live. Maney has got himself back in front of D White while we're watching there. Getting a little bit twitchy. Henchman's now 3/10 behind Realtor for that P6. He's got those fresh hards accelerating away. Been a really good performance for D White on the outside. Great move. You don't see turn 1 moves that overtakes that often, but he's been able to nail it, and he's getting himself up the grid. Another Hunter fastest lap with oh geez, I tell you what, Henchman's got him at the turn, up on the hairpin, and has already got himself up to P6. 2.5 seconds down the road is Evil Blade. D White is already a second now clear. War Machine's looking up on the inside. Willie is going to send it here at some stage, I'd imagine. War Machine thinks better of it. And oh, the car got a bit twitchy as he locked up War Machine. Holds it somehow and didn't hit Maney. And another warning there for, that's 4 for War Machine. Chevy Woods, J-Swole. These 4 guys battling for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Donut Gorilla in a league of his own. He is so far out in front. He could box, have a latte, maybe an omelette, and still come out in front. Evil Blade 6 seconds down the road with Henchman now. And Evil's going to box. By the looks of it, he is. So that's allowed Henchman to spread out. And he is now 7 seconds, 5 laps to go. 7 seconds, 5 laps to go. Can the old man put this McLaren onto the podium? D-Wide's got himself in front with Evil Blade boxing. So he's now in P7. War Machine continues on his merry way. War Machine, another penalty for cutting. Oasis J Swole, and I tell you what, Chevy Wolves looks like he's going to take the podium. Wow! Oh no! Chevy came faster than Rudolph on Christmas Eve with Santa's sleigh. Almost took them all out. We'll take a look at that on the Wallaby replay. They came down. Chevy had the run. He had the pace up on the inside. It looked like he was going to get the overtake, and he just cooked the braking spot, almost took out the RB as well. And instead of gaining a position, he went back to where he was in P4. And his tyres are in all sorts of hurt now. J Swole's been able to get back in front around Latifi corner. Going through Oasis now. That has given him a lovely little 2 and a bit second rate gap. Another penalty. J Swole on that. Chevy Wolves P4. And that's allowed Henchy. Can Henchy, the old man, can he get himself a podium in the McLaren? In P5, he's now 3.6 seconds. Kirko's got himself in front. Or is that a Fries? It looks like War Machine going down the grid there. I think he's had a bit of an accident. Yeah, no wing. Needs to box, unfortunately. Also, Maney's now in the pits as well. Trying to get that 10-second penalty removed. Chevy Wolves up on the inside. Does he get the job done this time? Thinks better of it. Doesn't send it up on the inside. Henchy's now 2.6 seconds away. Oasis has got himself 3 seconds ahead in the RB. J Swole. Chevy out on the outside. These two guys battling for P3. Chevy needs to get this job done as a fast finishing henchman. But a lovely overtake there from Chevy. Really good overtake. And now he gets himself into P3. Is that it for J Swole as henchman is now just 2 seconds. D White got himself into P6 Realtor, and that's pretty much about it. Maybe you've got Frizy and you've got Kirko battling there around the hairpin. Duck Puncher hasn't given up there. He's got himself up in front of Moe as well for P10. So trying to get as many points as he possibly can here around 13. Tier 4 action live from Abu Dhabi Wallaby Racing. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday night. Duck got himself up into P2 there, but Donut Gorilla has really got himself away. His biggest rival or threat was Hunter, who got on pole, but unfortunately came a grip in traffic and has boxed twice and sees himself in P12. We've got yellows here at Sector 1. Let's see what's happened here. Looks like 2 cars become 1. Yeah, it's the RB of Moe. It's the RB there. Wasn't Oasis, it was his teammate Knight, who's got that bad wing on it. He shouldn't be racing really, but anyway, Donut, Chevy, and Henchman now. Henchy is within DRS, the old man, battling hard. Can he get through J Swole? He's looking up the inside. J Swole on those 19 lap old hards. Great little performance here from the old man in the McLaren. He's having a day out, and he's got himself up to P4. And he hunts down. An Oasis driver now must have got himself a little bit twitchy. 14 lap holds. Chevy, it's 2 laps to go. Can Henchy get himself to P2? Hunter's got himself around. Duck Puncher for P10. Evil Blade's looking up on the inside of his teammate. Oh, gee. Moe up on the inside. Evil Blade, lovely move. Duck really didn't defend that hard. And gets himself up to P11. So in the space of a couple of corners, Duck's gone from 10th to 12th. We ride on board with Henchy. Chevy has got himself in DRS range as they come down to the end of sector, the hairpin at Sector 1. Oasis driver, he's got those really 15 lap. Those tyres will be screaming. He heads to the left-hand side. Henchman looking for an overtake, but Chevy's got himself DRS in front with Oasis. That's protecting Oasis as we come down to the straight. J-Swell's out of contention. It really comes down to these three guys. Who's going to end up on the podium? Evil Blade's got in front of Kirko for 10th. Duck is that. So there must have been a bit of an issue there coming around the first sector, because Kirko's got him back into P10. Henchy looking up there. Chevy Wolves. Hunter. These guys are just battling it out here at the end of the straight. Hunter, little bit of a touch there, nothing much in it. It's okay. He gets himself back into P10. Meanwhile, Kirko is under pressure from Duck Puncher. He's going to swing it on the outside. No, he's going to put it up on the in. Oh, nice little defensive move there from Kirko. Didn't think much of it, but maintains P11. Hunter gets himself to P10. He's going to be changing 1.7 seconds. We are now on the last 2 laps here. This three-way DRS train for second, third and fourth. Chevy Wolves, 10 laps. Henchman, who boxed for whatever reason, I'm not too sure why, for hards. But he's done it. Unless it was a mistake, he went medium, medium. That's the only thing I can think of. Anyway, Henchy, Chevy, they're up on the inside. Does Chevy Wolves send it up on the inside, or does he wait another lap up on the outside? And, oh, it just cuts the door. Just cuts the door there. These guys have got hardly any ERS, any battery to deploy. Oasis less than that. Chevy Wolves is going to go out. Oh, I tell you what, Oasis thought about it. Thought about shoving him out, and he did, and Chevy Wolves has been able to control it. He's got himself up to P2. That's left driver all exposed to Henchman. He's got no ERS. Frysy's got himself up into P8. Evil Blade in P7. Hunter's dropped down again to P10, so not a really good performance from the pole sitter. And could it be a Haas 1-2 here? Donut Gorilla in a league of his own here as he comes down Sector 1 for the last time. He has been dominating. He currently leads the championship. Chevy Wolves in P2. Oasis is now 1 second. So it is now down to these two guys. Oasis, the old man Henchman. Can he get a famous podium here in T4? We come down to the hairpin for the very, very last time. Riding on board with Hench. He's got a little bit of battery. Oasis has got something to defend, but he doesn't. Oh, did he get? He's got overtake somehow. He was able to get in there. No, he hasn't. Henchman looking up the inside, sends it up there. I tell you what, he's got it. Can he hold it? These boys come neck and neck. Oasis thinks better of it. Great little overtake there from Henchy. Beautiful move. He's got himself onto the podium on the very last lap. Will a driver come by? He's not going to be able to. He just doesn't have the pace, unfortunately. But it's going to be Donut Gorilla through the Latifi corner for the last time. It has been a classic drive here from Donut Gorilla, our championship leader. A Haas 1-2. They lead the constructors as well. And it's a win for the Donut Man. He'll get the win here in Abu Dhabi. Chevy Wolves coming across the line in P2. He's going to be followed with, across the line here with Henchy in P3. Great move. The second pony, we'll talk to him a little. And Henchy's got him on penalties. Will Oasis be able to get through? He's been able to slow down, unfortunately, in P4. J Swole will take P5. D White in the Williams will come across in P6. Evil Blade P7. Frysy, will he hold on to Hunter? But he's got penalties, unfortunately. So Hunter will leapfrog him and get that famous P7. Hunter, so it's an RB 7th and 8th. Duck Puncher comes across the line with Kirko P12. Mick will be the last one across. And Donut Gorilla is your race winner. Super performance then. We will go to the podiums in a minute. Great win there by Donut Gorilla. He'll be super impressed, super happy. Look forward to seeing him on the podium. And that's it. Thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in. And that is Donut. Could have been a 1-2, but for penalties. And the old man has got himself into P2. Great effort there from the Haas driver. Let's run it through. So your race winner is Donut Gorilla. Fastest lap set by Evil Blade. We've got Evil Blade as the driver of the day. Most overtakes Oasis. And cleanest driver Hunter. So let's wrap that up. Donut Gorilla P1, Henchman P2 with those 3-second penalties. Chevy Wolves, Oasis, J Swole, D Whiting the Williams. Hunter got himself back up to P7. You will be very disappointed. He was the pole sitter, but issues in traffic. Realtor in P8, Evil Blade P9. We've got Frizy in P10, Duck Puncher P11, Mick P12, Kirko, Shining. We've got War Machine, Moe, Maney, Knights, Izzy Fizzy, Matty Skills, who unfortunately DNF'd at the start of the first safety car. And that is it. So let's get ourselves to victory lane. And hopefully we will get ourselves into the podium interviews. And we will be joined by none other than, we've got Donut in P2 or P1. We'll also have the old man, Henchy. In P2, and P3 was Chevy. So I'll just wait for all those boys to join us on the podiums interview, and we will be getting that done in a matter of a minute or so. I'm joined here by Donut and Henchy. Last one, we're just waiting on Chevy to put on his big boy pants and join us on the podium interview. So I'll just get a thing to ship. Yeah, big boy pants, join us on the podium. Beautiful, mate. Awesome.
Here we go. Enter your speed demon.
There we go. So we're all in here. Let us start with P3. Chevy in the Haas, the constructors or the championship leaders in the constructors. It looks like it's going to be taking some battles to actually get these guys. It looks like they've got that wrapped up like McLaren in the real life. Chevy P3, looked like you were going to get the job done, but Henchy gets you on penalties. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, Punjal, it's great to hear your voice again. But,
Thanks, mate.
Full credit to the boys. It was a race of 3 stints. But bloody, yeah, just came out the box firing, I think, mate. I think I got P8 and, safety car came out, chucked on a few of the hard boys.
Yep.
And kind of just cruised away, but got a 3 second. There's nothing much you can do about that. Henchy was flying, and I was just trying to see what Henchy was doing and trying to copy him.
Yep.
Donut was just gone himself, so the only person I had to get past was Driver and his pitiful driving skills. So as soon as I got rid of him, it was all good. He was gone, and I could beat him anytime, any day. So and I just got that P3.
Yeah, good stuff. Congratulations, mate. It was a really good, hard fought. Obviously, the penalty. You could have been P2. It would have been a famous 1-2 again for the Haas, and but unfortunately the penalty cost it. But look, mate, we move on. Great effort. Well done. Congratulations to you, Chevy. Good stuff on the podium. Moving on to P2. No worries, mate. Good to be back behind the commentary box. Well, just like me, he's an old fart. We're weary, but we keep the car on the track when it matters, and he gets himself a P2. Henchy, congratulations, mate. Tell us about your race.
Thanks, mate. It was pretty good. Like, Donut's just too dominant. started on the hards, went, I think, 13, 14 laps, switched to the meds. I was going to try the one stop, and I thought, after about 5 laps on the meds, I thought, this ain't going to work. So I boxed again, fresh set of hards. And I thought, well, the boys in front of me are all on old tyres, so if I'm going to run them down, it's going to be now.
Yeah.
And had a few boys, Ben and whatnot, in front of me, so I gained a few free spots. But once Chevy got past the driver and he started pulling away, I started shitting myself. I was like, oh, he's gone. I'm not going to be able to get him.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, then looked at the lap counter and thought, shit, last lap.
Yep.
Hang with him, I'll stick with P2. But it's a pleasure racing Chevy every time. Donut as well, but nobody can keep up with Donut. He's just too quick for us.
No, fair enough then. I understand. But mate, question I've got to ask though, Henchy, did something go wrong, or did I get it? You boxed twice in this race?
I did.
You did? Okay, so that was a planned move to box twice?
Originally, no. I was going to try and do the one stop.
Yep.
But yeah, like I was saying, after about 5 or so laps on the mediums, it just was not going to work.
Okay. No, fair enough then. Yep.
You set a half on and go for it.
Yeah, I tell you what, we once you came out, I think it was about 7 or 8 seconds behind, and you were just flying. I think it was only a matter of time before you were able to claim that. And congratulations, mate, on the podium. And we move on to the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the comms again, mate. Great to hear your voice.
All pleasure, mate. Always happy to help out. Next on, well, he may not have claimed the pole, but his nearest competitor had an absolute mare. Boxed a bit early. Not too sure why he didn't box under safety car, but he didn't, and then got a little bit clean. He had to box again for a set of softs for whatever reason. I'm not too sure, and just went backwards. But Donut, congratulations, mate, on a fantastic win. I think it ended up being, 16 seconds? And, mate, no more superlatives. Tell us about your race.
Honestly, got quite lucky. Going to be 100% honest. Hunter getting caught up in the traffic, boxing, getting damage. Skills are getting cleaned up by somebody else through no fault of his own. So it was kind of handed to me. I didn't have to do much. I wasn't really... wasn't too confident coming into the weekend. Quali was close, and I was like, here we go, this is going to be a good race. And then I just kind of followed what Hunter did on the safety cars. If he boxed, I would have boxed. If he stayed out, I stayed out. Because I knew he had the pace. So I was just trying to hang in with him, and then he got unlucky boxing early.
No, fair enough. But I mean, I think Skillsy was his issue. Today's race was one word: talent. That's all it is. So I
don't think so today. You can tell he's clearly practiced.
Oh, he has.
He was up there with us top 3. So
but I do feel for him. But I think he ran up the rear end of, I think it might have been Maui in the Ferrari at the safety car restart and stuck it into the wall. But look, anyway, I know you'd be disappointed. I know he was your closest championship, and that tells you, look, from where I could see, but he's your closest championship rival, but I'm not too sure how many rounds do we have left to go. Sorry, guys, I'm filling in here, so I'm not too sure. 3 and a double points.
3 or 4 rounds left.
Okay, fair enough then. Well, look, that's fine. But look, again, Donut, a really good win. You dominated. I think you probably wrapped up the championship, if not close enough. But we move on to next week. So congratulations, mate. All the best for that. So that is it. What is next? I think we've got the boys from Tier 3 in about half an hour, if I'm correct. That hasn't changed. I'm positive about that. Yep. And I just want to go through, I think next week, whereabouts are we next week? I'm just taking a look. I think it's Singapore.
Double points in Singapore.
Double points in Singapore. So the concrete jungle, as I like to refer to it, it is a sweat box over there. But how do you think you're going to go around there, Donut?
I started practicing for Singapore yesterday, so hopefully we can get a good result, both me and Chevy. Yep.
And Henchy, what about yourself?
Mate, the last time I raced at Singapore, you called it, and my son and I went 1-2.
There we go. Fair enough. Well, maybe we can repeat the dose there. And Chevy, what are your thoughts around going into Singapore?
Yeah, I like Singapore, mate. It's a good track. Obviously, we have some good battles with Henchy. I love racing with Henchy and Skillsy and Duck Puncher and all of them. So we'll see how I go. But my job this season is to just get past past the championship and get Duncan Donut the bloody win, so, the championship too. So that's all I'm there for. Bit of fun.
You're doing a good job so far, mate. So far, which is great. Well, look, let's wrap it up from there. We've got the Tier 3 boys in half an hour. Hopefully you can tune in for that. Congratulations again to all our podium, to Donut, to Hench, and to Chevy Wolves. This has been Rapid Pajala. It has been T4. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Until we meet next time, it's lights out and goodbye for now.